Hi everyone, my name is Neely Webb and I'm a political science major with a concentration in pre-law. Today for my video presentation, I'm going to be discussing global and environmental climate change with geopolitical power dynamics. I chose this topic because this issue is deeply connected with climate change and has affected and is affecting global resources, shifts power, causes conflicts, and reshapes international relations itself as a whole. This is a critical and timely issue with worldwide impact. So for the first slide, what is climate change? Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns, primarily driven by human activities. For example, this activity could be greenhouse gas emissions. Some key drivers to this would be land use changes, deforestation, or even industrial agriculture. For global impact, this would be warming temperatures, extreme weather events, or even rising sea levels. This would all go in hand with natural disasters. As you can see to my visual, this is a world map showing rising temperatures since 2022. Next, current climate trends and impact. So for weather events, again, this is going to be natural disasters, so hurricanes, droughts, wildfires, and flooding. But it also can impact on ecosystems and biodiversity, so loss of habitats, endangered species, and altered agriculture zones. Then, geopolitics in the era of climate change. What is geopolitics? This is the study of power relations between countries based on geography, resources, and strategic interests. How does climate change influence geopolitics? The biggest one is going to be migration, and then also economic opportunities. So, new access to hotspot regions. Then, climate change as a catalyst for global power shifts. So here you have three topics: shifting alliances, economic impact on developing countries, and energy transition. Shifting alliances is countries more vulnerable to climate change may seek alliances with powerful nations for support. So these hotspot regions, they are more vulnerable to, so they're going to need more support. Economic impact on developing countries, vulnerable regions, as listed, they face greater risk. And then energy transition, the shift from fossil fuels to renewable energy can change global energy dynamics. As you can see to the side, my visual is a graph showing the economic impact of climate change by regions due to a loss of extreme weather events. Then, rising sea levels and geopolitical risks. You have impact on coastal areas, so the countries that are listed, these face existential threats because of the hotspot that they're in. Territorial disputes, islands disappearing, and disputes over maritime boundaries, new shipping routes in the Arctic. Then there is climate-induced migration and security concerns, so climate refugees. There are millions forced to migrate due to environmental factors like flooding, hurricanes, that their homes get destroyed. And then impact on host countries, economic burden, resource competition, and rise in political instability. As you can see my visual, this is a diagram of climate migration hotspots. Then climate change fuels resource conflicts, the water, food, and fossil fuels and clean energy. So countries depend on shared water resources, and which grows tension. Because of the climate change, you can look at oceans and seas where there used to be sand, there is now just water. Changing climates affect agriculture, leading to food shortages and rising food prices because of our crops getting flooded. And then transition to renewables can create new conflicts over energy access. Then, the future of geopolitics and climate change. So, the urgency for action. Climate change demands a coordinated global response. Our government is helping, our state, local, everyone, but there needs to be a more secured plan in place. Changing power structures. Climate change will redefine power. Nations with clean energy innovation and strategic water resources. Because of, like I said, for example, if you look on some islands in countries where there was sand, it's now just water. That is not clean energy. That is also not clean water. Call to action is government, businesses, and individuals all must collaborate for sustainable solutions to come up with a better plan for everyone in the world. And that is everything that I have to say about my topic. Thank you. Goodbye.